Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for The Last Duel. It's a movie starring Matt Damon, Adam Driver, and Ben Affleck. So, as always, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the furry. Let's start off with the furry. So, it's set in the medieval-ish times, like 1300s or so. So, a lot of horses in this, and then there was also a scene with a whole bunch of little puppies of some kind, or maybe they were full-grown dog, but there was a whole bunch of them, and they looked adorable. Also, briefly visible horse dick. If you're into that, I guess, because that was there. Moving on. So, this movie is told in a couple different perspectives. Matt Damon and Adam Driver and all that jazz. So it's kind of several events in their lives told from their perspective. So there's some overlap, which is nice to see, like, kind of the different interpretations of events, and supposedly it's based on a true story. So that was kind of neat to see. I think that they did a really good job of providing, like, visual cues for when you're seeing the same, part of their lives from a different perspective. Like, I thought they did a really good job of that, because you could have just been lost in the sauce for a lot of this, and they did a really good job. The one thing I will say is pay attention to the first date that shows up, because I was kind of like, okay, it's 13 something, that's cool. But pay attention to the actual, like, full-on year, so that when the other years display, you can kind of get a better idea. It's not going to, like, change your world or anything, but I just wish that I had done that, so now I'm telling you to do that. So this movie definitely had a budget. It's by the Scott Free Productions thing, so, he's an excellent director, producer, whatever, and these actors are all Oscar-nominated or Oscar winners, and you got Adam Driver in it. So they clearly had a budget, and you could see it with how many different sets they had, or how many different areas that they were filming in or whatever, and just the level of detail with all the costuming and all the things that, like, you may be focusing on these two main characters or a couple characters, but, like, there's enough stuff going on in the background that, like, in a low-budget movie, they wouldn't have had the people in the background. They would have just been like, let's just cut this to just see these guys. And this one, they're like, no, we got this money, we got all this stuff going on, so let's make this a rich world to really bring you in to what's going on. And it was fun to see that. I really liked, Matt Damon's character, Adam Driver's character, Ben Affleck's character. They all had really fun qualities that I wanted to see them do their thing in, and it was a fun time. I don't know that I really remember this movie longer than a day, really, because it was a fun movie, but, like, it wasn't really life-changing, and I don't know. It was fun, but it wasn't groundbreaking in any particular way. Like, you didn't run into the issue of, like, some of the movies that have come after Gladiator and Troy and whatnot, where there's just, like, huge CGI armies, and you're just like, yep, here's another giant CGI army with a couple interspersed of our hero characters. Like, it didn't have that, so I thought that they did a good job of spicing up the medieval battle settings and instances, but it's still, I don't know, it just, maybe I've just seen too many like this, but yeah, it was a fun time, but not necessarily memorable. The other thing is, I felt like they didn't actually explain the title. It's based on a true story, but, like, there's only one duel. Is that the last duel that happened in this country, or what? Because it wasn't. It's not like there was a second to last duel seen on screen. There was just this duel. So why is it called The Last Duel? I felt like they, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was an interesting title, I guess, to get you interested. But yeah, so yeah, it was a fun time, and seeing the different take on the medieval time frame with, these characters and how they, like I said, based on true stories, so how they talk about, like, ranks and titles and all that jazz, and how that really works. I just thought that was cool. So yeah, I would say watch this on the big screen if you can. I'd say it's worth it to really appreciate all the different visuals that they had available to you. So yeah, watch it on the big screen. You're going to have a good time. You probably won't remember it unless you're a super fan of this genre. Like Kingdom of Heaven, I liked that movie. I watched the various versions of it, but I still can't tell you exactly what happened in most of that movie, because that's just kind of how these movies are. So So yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye.